This is a word problem review for Sec 2. I'm going to do question number 1. Laura has 2 more nickels than dimes with 6 less quarters than nickels. She has a total of $2.30. How many of each coin does she have? So, if we start with Laura, she has 2 more nickels than dimes. So that means that nickels is going to be 2 plus D. And then she has 6 less quarters than nickels, so 6 less quarters than nickels is actually going to be N minus 6 is equal to Q. And then we're left with D is equal to D. But in this case here, we know what N is. N is equal to 2 plus D, so we're just going to replace it, and we're going to say that instead Q is equal to 2 plus D minus 6, which is just D minus 4. So if we just highlight it, this is our N, this is our Q, and this is our D, which is equal to D. So then if we write it out as an equation, you're going to get 0.05 N plus 0.1 D plus 0.25 Q is equal to $2.30. But you know that N is equal to 2 plus D, you know that D is equal to D, and you know that Q is equal to D minus 4. So 0.05, we're going to replace our N with 2 plus D, plus 0.1 D, which is just D, and plus 0.25 Q, which is D minus 4. And that's equal to $2.30. So then we just distribute. And when you distribute, you're going to get that 0.05 times 2 is 0.1 plus 0.05 D plus 0.1 D plus 0.25 D minus 1 is equal to $2.30. So now if we verify, we have a like term and a like term, and we have this like term, this like term, and this like term. So we're just going to add them. So then we're going to get, for our dimes, we're going to get 0.4 dimes, and I don't know why it's not working. And then 0.1 minus 1 is minus 0.9, and that's equal to $2.30. Then we're going to bring our 0.9 over, and we get that 0.4 D is equal to 3.2. So that means that D is equal to 8. And so if we go back up here, if D is equal to 8, then N is going to equal to 10, and Q is going to equal to 4. So that's the first question. If we look at the second question, Andrea has twice as many dimes as nickels. She has 5 more quarters than dimes. If she has a total of $3.50, how many of each coin does she have? So Andrea has twice as many dimes as nickels. So it's actually going to be that D is equal to, in our case, 2N. She has 5 more quarters than dimes. So that means that quarters is going to equal to 5 plus dimes. But again, we already know what dimes is. It's 2N, so we're going to do 5 plus 2N. And then N is just equal to N. So now if we draw out our equation, 0.05 N plus 0.1 D plus 0.25 Q is equal to, in this case, $3.50. So now replacing what I know, N stays the same, plus 0.1. I know that D is actually 2N, plus 0.25, and I know that Q is equal to 5 plus 2N, and that's equal to $3.50. So now I'm going to distribute, and I get 0.2N plus 0, oh no, not 0, plus 0.25 times 5 is 1.25, plus 0.5n is equal to 350. And I continue, so now I have some like terms, this one, this one, this one, and then this guy's alone. So if I add all of my n's, I get 0.75n plus 125 is equal to 350. And then I subtract, and then I subtract, and I get that 0.75n is equal to 225. So now I need to divide both sides by 0.75. Divided by 0.75, and I get that n is equal to 3. And if I look on top, back here, if I know now that n is equal to 3, or I'm just going to write n is equal to 3 here, n is equal to 3, then I know that d is equal to 6, and q is equal to 5 plus 6, which is 11. And that's the end.